and welcome to Tales of the Bold Endeavor. Last time, after making your way through the forest of Unthar, you found yourself at Fort H. While waiting to get your audience with Lord Havathan, you decided to explore the complex a bit. Shion made his way to the Artificer campus and learned about the science behind enchanting items, whereas Leo looked at the arcane school and checked out a few books on magical attunement. Caesar tried and failed to get into both of the high-danger laboratories. After this, you decided to answer a help wanted notice, becoming guinea pigs to test the side effects of a young mage's health potions. This ended with Shion having a black mustache that he later shaved off, and Leo covered head to toe in hair, which he currently still remains. You were granted your audience with Havathan, where he waxed poetic about his annoyances with adventurers, complaining that RGB in particular was responsible for the state of the campus, before inviting you back into his office. So he pulls you from the relative bustle of the wider laboratory and pulls you into an office that is very reminiscent of like Dumbledore's office at Hogwarts. It is wide and tall, but full. There are books and devices on every surface. There are bookshelves on every wall that are filled to bursting. There are some things that are just floating as if they've been some kind of set down in the air and then forgotten about it. It's slightly unsettling because even though you feel gravity, sorry, I'm coming through Edward's mic a lot. Let me knock mine down a little bit. You feel gravity, and yet there is so much that is just floating around you. It's rather odd. He almost seems to forget about you as he walks you into the office. The door shuts behind you, and he walks up to this huge desk that's probably a good 5 or 6 feet long, 2 feet wide. And this entity is currently in the guise of a gnome. So it absolutely... Saying dwarf sim doesn't sound right. It shows how small he is.
It gnomes him.
Yeah. But then when he walks behind it and sits in the chair, it somehow seems to fit perfectly. And he sits in the chair behind it and starts flipping through some kind of report that's sitting in front of him.
So
you were the one that asked for the audience.
True. We were sent to consult with you on the topic of... Okay, so we're here for the Dragon Bone thing. I remember that, but I forgot there was some more specific we wanted from him. Hang on. It's in our notes.
Yeah, we had a thing from RGB, didn't we? I thought we already did this though, talked to him.
We started to...
We're going a little bit back in time just because the last session ended kind of abruptly and I wasn't sure how much landed.
Sure. So yeah, I think
Antiquity of Runic Magic.
Those are a lot of $20 words there.
I am repeating them from person that sent us. It is in reference to undoing a charm. Dragon Bone rune.
I haven't heard of anything like that in a long time. Have you seen this Dragon Bone rune?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I might be able to explain it to you.
Hold on. And he hops out from the chair goes over to what looks like an apothecary cabinet, starts kind of pulling drawers out, looking for something, and eventually he lands on a small round stone that he picks up and tosses over to you. And you recognize it as similar to the stone that the artificer at the headquarters of Hodlin and Harlem gave you. You hold it in your hand, and immediately what you were thinking of pops up as sort of a magical projection. And you start seeing a 3D image of the bone rune.
Huh.
I don't like relying on other people's descriptions. All right, let's see here. And he adjusts his glasses.
Was this based off of like actual like what I actually saw or what I remember I saw?
What you saw. Your brain remembers more than it thinks it does.
So you can just use that thing to like magically do whatever you're thinking, like show it.
He turns to you and looks you up and down for a second. It's not the kind of thing I'd hand to.
Because that's
some
kind of crazy. You know
people.
what I mean? Like, that's pretty, wow. Okay.
Do me.
Don't.
What am I thinking?
You're not.
Correct.
All right. Can you lower your hand a little bit? Sometimes I wonder why I decide to stay like this. And he taps it, and the image kind of moves a little bit. There has to be something wrong with the stone. And he picks it up off your hand, starts kind of rubbing some of the runes on it. He re-scratches them in, puts it back in your hand. Same thing shows up.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty crazy too.
It shouldn't be possible. No living mortal should know those runes. Where'd you get this? Who are these people?
They're a bit of a nuisance in the northern part of Boonthar. I think that's correct. Boonthar, it's a fleet of pirates that acts. I believe they act outside both of the merchant and the pirate lord's authority. You said no mortal.
What are they like?
One's a crazy mermaid.
Her.
One
What's she like?
Crazy. I met her once.
Tell me about her. What did she look like? What was her purpose? How did her magic work?
All I know is that she was aquatic at one point, and then she was able to grow legs.
Yes, that's how mermaids work. That's not what I'm talking about.
I haven't. It's not like I've faced her in combat yet. I've only.
Can I do like a history check to just be able to describe her visually?
Sure. You remember her pretty accurately. She was kind of scary.
She was kind of scary.
He plucks the stone out of Shion's hand again and slams it into yours. And immediately, what you remember of Kashir Hellwater pops up. And he kind of messes with it and zooms it in. Gods be damned, that is a lightning glass spiral, isn't it?
What the hell is that?
It's a holy symbol
Ooh.
that shouldn't exist.
An unholy symbol.
That isn't Yolana. You're
Lanya? Question mark?
Yes, and no, but... And he walks back behind his desk, slams what you thought was like a paperweight. It was this like big glass ball, and it smashes underneath his hand, and suddenly there's just, you are inside of a glass dome. What the hell do you know about this? What do you know about Ulanya?
Her brother, Tevenal, brother, right? Charged us to find her because she's apparently around and she's not supposed to be.
No
I
kidding.
think she's on her bullshit again.
That's putting it lightly. These runes were created before something that I'm not supposed to tell you about. And this is why I hate working in teams. The fact that they can make these runes and that holy symbol exists means that there is something at work in Bunthor that should not be.
So,
I've got some people I need to talk to.
how old are we talking? We're talking like, I don't know, pre-Andar, pre-library,
Yes.
Pre-Caesar.
I'm sorry, what? That was a joke.
What this has to do with, which I will be going to the council, and clearly there's some talks that need to be had. What this has to do with is the reason the library was created in the first place.
So to be clear, we're here because our lives are threatened by pirates. This seems a little above our pay grade at this point.
Well, apparently one of those pirates is trying to end the Eternal War. Oh god. Okay.
I mean, it doesn't sound so bad when you put it like that.
He's gonna whisper into Leo's ear and be like, "Should we tell him?"
Tell me what? You really think you can whisper without me hearing it when we're in a bubble of my design so that other people can't hear us?
Also,
What are we
if you,
telling him?
Hmm?
What are we telling him?
Oh, such a nice day today.
That's damn right.
Yeah, I know, right?
You
Oh,
are lucky I
he's got
don't
problems.
smite you.
Don't sweat it.
Out of context, or out of character, I should say. I was like, we kind of work for her. Should we tell her?
you don't.
No, we don't.
Well, she's kind of in control of us.
No.
No.
I thought this was the symbol on the bone.
Oh, well, I mean, we don't like. We're under, I guess they're like, whatever. Dragon Boat Fleet, the control, I guess. Yeah, sure.
But it's also not Ulanya, so.
But I think that's what we're finding out is that the Dragon Boat Fleet is Ilanya.
Or one of them is working for her.
Yeah. Sorry, let's go ahead.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add to this conversation?
I'm hungry.
I hate working with mortals. All right.
He's more mortal than your average mortal.
Out of character, Caesar's gonna try to play up his dumb shtick. Just to like, oh, I'm too dumb to know what's going on.
I'd like to imagine that Caesar is like, I am dumb, so I don't know what's going on. But if I act like I'm playing dumb, so I don't know what's going on, they'll think I know what's going on.
Sure, we'll go with that. It's like, I'm too little to understand.
You are the first mortals in a millennium to come in known contact with an Ilgrine. And you are morons.
That's fair. I'll what?
Yeah, you're gonna have to start there.
The Ilgrine Jets. Very loud jets.
I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, what are Albanian Jets?
It's
What are
so
jets?
loud.
Oh, green A. Okay, so they're like Allbark's minions.
I was picturing like fantasy like animal jets. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about?
One,
I'll
how
just
do you
leave
know
it.
about Elbark?
Oh, I'm his champion emissary.
Homeboy.
Since
brother.
when do the Primordials take champions?
I'm not the first.
Right! That. The elephant.
A
I
little
think you prefer to
derogatory,
be
but
called an-
okay.
I think he prefers Loxodon. I mean,
It's kind of flippant, but you know,
Like, you racist.
it's cool. It's not like we live for like centuries or whatever.
I'm inclined to think he didn't know about all of this, though. All right, where do I start? What can I do? There's so much I can't tell you.
okay.
We'll circle back to this. What was with the, why do you care about these runes?
So, the mermaid lady's boss threatened to kill us if we didn't upgrade the ship, the ship that she gave us nicely enough, and but it turns out that she controls at least one of her people through this thing, and he came to us to help get out from under her thumb, since we're also working to get out from under her thumb as well.
Right. And where does RGV play into this? Other than telling you to come
He's-
here?
He's
Yeah, he's just the
awesome,
first
that's
dude.
what.
He's the first dude we went to about this.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
He said you were smarter than him.
well, he was right.
he
That's
also
not what
didn't
he
say
said.
that.
Yeah.
I'll take a bluff
What
check
else?
if I have to.
Sure.
Sure, bluff a god.
At disadvantage, because Shion and Leo immediately countered you.
I'm committing to this.
I was trying to see if danger sense would work on this, but I don't think so.
Not even a little.
It's deception, right?
Holy
Whoa.
shit.
I knew it
I
was,
am the
I
best
knew it was
player.
coming. I knew it was coming, and I still.
That is
Those-
two 20s. That is a 1 in 400 chance.
This motherfucker.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I just thought I rolled a natural 20. It turns
But
out I
at
take twice.
disadvantage, it would have given you a 20 if it weren't.
It was 2 nat 20s.
It's always when I want to bullshit that it works the best.
Yes, very nice of him. So, is he planning to try and break the enchantment, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
We are, yeah.
Okay. Which means okay, now I'm catching on. He needs the translation so that he can work on undoing the magic. Got you.
Or if, as a god, you can just smite the leader of the Dragonbone fleet, that'd be cool too.
That'd be a pretty sweet shortcut.
That is so far outside my purview.
Okay, do you
Well,
have a coworker that
boat.
can do it?
I mean, if you would like to petition the patrons of Bunthor, you're welcome to. Don't expect a glowing letter of recommendation from me. I have no reason to do that.
They don't like you, do they?
That's not the point. That is irrelevant to the current conversation.
But not untrue. Judging by your tone.
Strike one.
Wow, it took us this long to get to.
That's crazy, bro. We can do so much shit before strike 2.
I would advise you to remember who you're talking to.
If we get to strike 3, I'm just going to scream, home run!
Yes, sir.
You're welcome to petition the patrons of Boonthor, but don't hold out hope. We don't tend to like getting so intimately involved in the affairs of mortals. Politics are not what we do.
Shion clearly wants to say something in response to that, but keeps his mouth shut. Just thinking about the library red tape.
So where did we land on the food? That's what Cedar's gonna say.
Food?
So
You can just like this is a pass from me to you to just ignore him for the rest of the conversation if you want. It's cool.
Yeah, they do this all the time. That's when I do my own shit. No one can say no to you if everybody's ignoring you.
All right. And he pulls out a piece of paper, takes a good 2 or 3 minutes of just complete silence to write out a bunch of things, presumably some sort of translation. And then he pulls out another scroll this time it's already rolled up and sealed with a wax seal. And he hands both of them to Shion. Please tell Professor B that we are square and I do not owe him anything more.
Okay.
Translation. Secondary letter for the library. Get out of my sight. And he snaps. And all of a sudden, you're standing in a completely different library. Still surrounded by books. Still pretty quiet. But definitely not where you just were.
Oh man, I had a shopping list of other shit to do there.
I have a
I don't think
feeling.
we're getting food.
I also think that guy gets talked to like that a lot. Should I open this?
It is
Is
a
Yeah, let's see what it says.
fine piece of parchment with a wax seal that has a very filigreed H on it.
Do we have that box with us, or did we leave that on the ship? The ender chest, the RGB's ender chest.
I would presume you brought it with you.
Okay. I don't remember how big it was, so.
It's about the size of a cigar box.
Okay. Oh, everyone froze. Okay, there we go. All right, so I pull it out. Okay. He can deliver his own messages, and I just drop them in.
They disappear.
And for my next trick, I'll make Caesar disappear.
A moment
Hey.
later, the box feels warm.
I drew the 2 of clubs.
You open it
Fuck.
up, and the scroll is once again there, with another note that seems hastily scratched together. These letters are to get you into the library. You need to keep them.
Oh, that library. Well, it's a good thing this thing is 2 ways.
Where the hell are we?
Find a window.
I'm gonna find a door. I'm just gonna open it. I don't care what's on the other side. I don't care what kind of check I need to make. I'm just opening a door.
It is not hard. There are no windows, but it is not hard to find a door. And when you walk out, you are walking into a hallway.
Cool. Is there anything in the hallway?
There's a few people that look to be in some sort of student, school uniform walking around. They give you a couple of weird looks. The hallway is pretty long.
Just gonna look at one of them and be like, "Oi, where are we?"
Terranoris University?
How do we get out?
He just points down the hallway. How did you get
Right,
in?
that way. I'm not going to answer. I'm just going to walk. Just going to go head towards the exit. It's like it says that way.
Yeah. Yeah, follow.
Okay.
On the way, I ask him, "Do y'all got food?"
Not in the university. Just go out into the city and find a tavern. What is going on?
What city?
Bethel?
Okay, bet. Appreciate it.
Yeah, happy to help.
You might want to get that checked out, by the way.
Get what checked out?
I just
What?
keep walking. I keep walking.
Just whisper to one of them, like, they know.
Oh, yeah, issues.
So you walk out and are immediately greeted with a rather strange sight. You are on a street where to either side of you there are multiple other buildings. In front of you is a street, and then there's like some flowers and gardens and greenery. And then there's a waist-high wall, and then you just see sky. Also, there is a stone ceiling above you, about 50 or so feet.
Huh. Huh.
You are in one of the cliffside cities of Unther.
Did he send us here?
Where is our ship? Where is my ship?
Our ship is in Boonthar, which presumably we have to go through the library to get. So I'm guessing there's an entrance to the library somewhere in this city. Anyone else getting vertigo?
You get used to it.
What?
He's smaller, so everything looks taller to him. You'll get used to it.
That's exactly the opposite of logic I would have used.
So what would you like to do?
What time is it?
Late afternoon. It is quite bustling. You see a lot of people around going in and out. Most of them on the young adult side. Can I have everyone make a history check for me?
History. Bow, bow.
That
Well, I had to
checks.
I had to try it. I had to get a low one after that.
So Leo and Shion, you both, at the very least, recognize the name Bethel because it is one of the 3 large populated cities in Unthar, and it is essentially a university town. There is a school for every established and accepted school of magic in this city.
Huh.
So
Why are
there's
so
a
many
bunch of
universities?
college kids running around.
Why are there so many universities in this plane?
What happens when we have too many smart people?
Magical shit like schools
Uh,
and vice versa.
A lot of money in magic. I mean, school.
Both.
both.
Magic school, even worse.
Huh.
Hogwarts, exceedingly expensive.
So
I don't know.
let's
Get drunk?
There's got to be someplace to drink around here.
What else is there to do? Am I right?
I mean, we've seen all of the serious nerds. This has got to be where the party nerds are at, right?
Worth a
Find
try.
the biggest, fattest guy. He knows where the beer is.
So the
Smack 'em on the
biggest,
back.
fattest guy is a Goliath. Who's
He knows where the beer is. Look at him.
Don't say that to his face.
But there is a Goliath walking by you, about 8 feet or tall or so. Definitely has a bit of a beer belly. The uniform doesn't quite fit him right.
Does he look young?
Yeah.
Like he's a college kid?
Mhm.
Hey, brother, where can we get drunk?
You looking to get cheap drunk, expensive drunk, fun drunk?
Expensive and loud.
You're
Fun
gonna
drunk.
want Patsy's. 2 blocks over is a big black building. You'll hear it, and then smell it, and then see it.
Bet.
My man.
Appreciate it.
So onward, I assume?
Yeah,
I realize
sure.
I'm
Upward.
like shrinking down in my little screen here. I shrimp. It is very strange walking through the city because it is just constant like storefronts and facings of buildings. Some of them come out 10, 15 feet, but most of them are just pretty much right up against the walls. And then there's greenery and then a drop off to who knows what or where. And so it's very weird. It's claustrophobic while still being very open. But there is a cacophony of people around. There's a lot of people going back and forth. You see students practicing magic and various sorts across the lawns. It's interesting, and it's a very lively place. And the Goliath student was not kidding. You hear thumping and yelling and music as you come down the street. You can tell that this is the street where the bars and the taverns and the nightlife is that is slowly starting to kick up. I say slowly because it's late afternoon. It's still quite lively, kind of scary to think what this becomes at night. But it gets louder and louder until you get to the end of a street. And you start smelling alcohol and like oil, like fried food. Those are the 2 smells that just assault you.
Oh God, yes.
This is it. We're here. We made it. We did it.
And then eventually you get to a, as he said, very large black facade. There's just glass all across the front. It is not packed because, again, late afternoon. But there is still a fair few people you can see inside drinking and laughing and eating.
If we didn't have people relying on us, we could just retire here right now. It's not like the Dragonbone fleet's gonna chase us to yeah. What's this place called again?
Untar?
Untar. Wait.
Well, Bethel's.
Caesar has stars in his eyes. Yes, this is where I'll start This is where I'll make my biggest
Empire.
comeback. Empire. Comeback empire.
So in you go. And what are you doing?
Yeah. Sorry, we're recording this, aren't we?
You've heard it curse so many times.
If I have, I apologize.
Anyway, the Shion's gonna do his normal Shion thing. He's gonna try to impress some young woman with stories from other planes and everything, and basically he's gonna use all his adventures so far to his advantage here, and to tell very interesting stories.
Give me a performance check. Or persuasion. Either. Depending on how bombastic you feel like being. It takes about an hour. and you have a girl on each arm and 3 sitting at your table just
And a man.
My man. I'm gonna get a couple drinks down me, and is there music?
There is it appears to be some kind of open mic night. There is a line across the back wall of people waiting to get up on the stage.
How long? Like crazy long?
I just realized I didn't even open up my freaking dice tray. I swear I was mostly prepared for tonight. There are 8 people in the line right now.
Damn.
Where's the fire alarm?
I'm gonna walk up to the guy like running the line, like keeping him in check or whatever, bouncer or whatever type dude, and be like, "Come on, bro, you know I'm gonna get up there and absolutely kill it and use sweet talk."
All right.
By the way, during that entire thing I was doing, I was scribbling. I was like surreptitiously scribbling messages to Leo to ask him on how to do how to add flair to the story better.
You should just ask me. I know flair. I am the flair.
Yeah, but in telling a story, I'm gonna ask the bard.
Give me a persuasion with a +10.
Plus 10 bonus was always so weird because it's like, what are you expecting here?
I'm expecting him to let me upstage next.
Listen, pal, friend, bud.
Buddy.
24.
Hethel just let out for the semester. You're saying the exact same thing every single one of these guys said. It is
Alright,
not
fine, bro,
my
go fuck
fault.
yourself.
And he just gives
Give
you
him
a
a lot of
bow.
money.
Could I just go to the back of the line?
The
I'll be your hype man.
the tiefling in front of you, who she is wearing just a incredibly flamboyant, like very gaudy sort of belly dancing style costume, and she's holding a lap harp against her chest. Yeah, you tried to cut the line too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason they put him in charge of this. Good
I'm a
luck.
big bag.
Yeah,
You too.
no, you kind of have to. I mean, when you've got 2 bardic colleges in the same city and everyone's sure they're going to be the star.
I mean, shit, he's just doing his job, you know, but everybody's got to try.
Yeah, no, you're right. And she kind of hefts her harp so it's in one hand and holds out a hand to you. Lila, nice to meet you.
Leo, what's good?
Are you trying to get into one of the schools?
No, we're just stopping by. We're on like kind of a big, got a lot of things to do, you know.
Nice.
Traveling.
Very cool. I'm just here because I was told there was recruiters in the tavern tonight.
For what school?
Hathel and my husband, I think, are both going to be in here tonight. I'm more of an enchantress.
Oh shit.
I should probably say that with more confidence.
Say it with your chest, girl.
She literally poofs out her chest, which is a sight in her costume. I'm an enchantress. And then she does a
Yeah,
little,
that's it.
like, strum along her harp. I can do this. God, I'm so nervous.
Confidence.
And she just kind of slumps back against the wall as you all, one of the guy currently on the stage finishes his set and everyone scooches forward a bit. Caesar, what are you up to?
Any fight clubs?
In the bar.
In the bar.
The bar.
Yeah.
Flip a coin.
I'm gonna Axolotl heads, back is not. Is tails. Heads.
You look over in the corner and you see 2 men who are sitting across from each other, and each one of them has their hands like this, and you see magical transparent forearms locked as they're pushing back and forth. There is apparently magical arm wrestling going on currently.
Ooh.
Damn, that's pretty
I
sick.
want it. I'm gonna go over there. How much money do I have? I'm gonna throw down 1 platinum and be like, who wants to take on the champ?
That's okay. All right then. We got a high roller. What are you running?
Myself.
You
Right here. My
you-
guns.
you want to physically arm wrestle? You're not running mage hand, earth and grass, cat's
No
paw.
cheating here. Only gains. Or whatever the muscle heads usually say. I don't know.
All right. And he kind of taps the table a minute. Anybody here want to do a physical arm wrestle?
No. Magic versus muscle.
That's sick, bro.
All right. Have a seat. Jack, you're up next. And this spindly, wiry little wizard sits down across from you.
Just gonna like crack my neck and my knuckles like as loud as I pop. Ow! Ah, my bad knuckle! Damn it! Ow! God, it really hurts. God.
Can I lead a couple of the girls over, and as he's getting ready, just like tap his back and use bless.
Yeah. Can you make a
that work in real life?
sleight of hand check?
Oh, okay.
God, that hurt.
Leo's in line, just like
I feel like I'm doing sleight of hand against Caesar more than anybody.
Leo's in line in the back, just like, oh yeah, get his ass.
God, that really hurt. God.
So you give him a hearty, friendly pat on the back and successfully cast bless without anyone noticing.
And a room
Everyone's
full of
half drunk.
guards.
That's also not something people are really looking for.
Yeah.
What does Bless do?
He adds a D4 to his next check within the next minute, as long as they don't lose concentration.
Nice.
So the wizard across from you does the pose you saw everyone else in, and he closes his eyes for a second, and a magical, transparent hand kind of floats up out of the table and holds up.
All right, square up. To put my tiny little baby arm on the table.
It's a little awkward, and the guy like takes a minute to kind of adjust and magically shrinks the arm so that it's of a similar size to yours, so the leverage is equal. All right, and go. Give me a strength check.
Come on, Caesar. Come on, Caesar. That's tough.
Oh, well, add a D4.
So you grab onto this, and the hand feels really weird because it doesn't have the feel of like a physical person's hand, but there is mass there. It's kind of like grabbing the hand of like a statue or something. It's almost stone-like. And you start pushing, and it gets the first pass, and it starts moving you down towards the table. Give me another check.
This one does not have bless, by the way.
Can I rage?
Sure.
That would give you advantage, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I just start. Ah!
Like, okay, we playing for real.
The guy kind of goes wide-eyed for a second, and you manage to pull it back up into the neutral position. Let's go again.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything that could help me.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do with key, is there?
I don't think so.
Do. I mean, advantage by itself is already pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that might be the best you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Although you're not taking damage. So I don't know, punch yourself.
That's intimidation, bro. You arm wrestling with somebody, you're like,
Ow. It's the second time I've hurt myself, damn it!
So you do manage to start pushing it in the other direction, and the wizard across from you, there's just like a single bead of sweat is like starting to slide down his face as he concentrates further. And just check one thing here. So, do you want to, like, you have to hurt yourself and do damage to keep your rage up?
Yeah,
You
let's
want-
do it.
All right, how do you do it?
Is there like a fork on the table?
Yeah.
oh
I
my
grab
God.
that and I shove it in my. I just like go like "Arr!" in my shin, or not my shin, my thigh.
Roll a d4 and then give me an intimidation check.
Fucking hardcore, man.
I ain't losing this fight.
So you take 2 damage
Plus your strength modifier.
plus your strength modifier. I think that's probably plus
I'm
2 or
halved.
3.
Halved.
Plus 4, plus I guess 2. Is this plus? Which one is it? Oh, that's a saving throw. Okay,
So
good.
plus,
That would have sucked.
so that's 6 damage halved. You take 3 damage. And then roll an intimidation.
Where is it? There it is.
Yeah. He is like shaking because you have so thoroughly freaked him out. So roll another strength check at advantage, and he's rolling at disadvantage. And you slam that transparent magical hand into the table. It immediately just goes and disappears. And the guy's like, "Gods above, what the hell are you?"
Hold on, I'm
That's the
gonna
most
pull my names
badass thing Caesar's ever done.
out. I'm pulling my names out because I was a badass and I deserve to have this moment. Where are they? He's like, you don't even know who I am? And I just sit on the table and start screaming, do people not know who I am? And I just start saying, like, Finnegan Funbags? The Master of Drip, the Riz? Golden Bulge? The Bronze Fighter, Mini Midas?
I think you did that one before.
I might have, I don't know.
No, Shion says that in character, but only the one of the girls next to him can hear him.
She just leans over to you. "Do you think you can get me his autograph?"
I think it would be difficult not to.
Now, who wants an autograph?
And she just kind of jumps up and raises her hand. "I do!" And a couple of you get swarmed with a good 5 or 6 people who come up with
Where's my
various
money?
things.
Would I win?
Nothing.
No one actually took your platinum bet.
You want mad rep, bro. It's all about the rep.
That's it. But I want money. I guess since nobody's tough enough to take on me, I'm buying drinks for everybody. 1 platinum's worth.
1 platinum will get drinks for about half the room.
So half the people that come up to me first, they'll get 1 first.
Shion just covers the other half.
All right. Leo, you eventually make your way onto the stage. The guy...
I did intentionally want to wait until he got near the front and then do the same thing with him.
Okay.
I was just gonna be like, hey, like, here's my other friend who is going to be famous.
Oh my god, you're so cool.
And then we both like big each other up like big time, like just completely bullshit.
Is the one in the belly dance outfit? Is she like behind him, or
She's in front, right?
She's behind.
behind? Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just give Leo. I'm just gonna give Leo a punch on the shoulder and give him bless. I'm not hiding it, by the way. This is not like an outright competition.
Yeah, that's fine. The guy at the foot of the stage kind of looks at his thing. Name?
Leo Fuego.
That's your stage name?
Yep. No, it's my birth name.
Do you want a stage name?
No, yeah, that's good. Put that up, Leo Fuego.
Leo Fuego, all right. And he writes that down and hands it to, like, you see there is one specific table that is all people who are not, like, old, but older than most of the people in this tavern right now. And he hands the sheet of paper over to them, and they all look at it and then look up at you. 2 minutes, pal. Have at it.
Bet. I walk up on stage. I'm going to do... Where the hell is that thing that said I had a cape that could catch fire?
Yeah.
Is that's just something I can do at will, right? Because I don't remember. I don't think I ever put it on here when we moved to a Foundry.
This is true. Yeah, no, your cape, it's because it's not fire that can, like, burn things. It's just an illusion. But it gives you a bonus to intimidation and performance checks.
Okay, and I'm also casting Prestidigitation to do, like, that cool turn my lute into an electric guitar, basically, like, amplify it and distort it.
Nice.
And, I'm going to town.
All right, give me a performance check, plus a d4 from the cape.
You mean the bless?
And the bless. Roll another one.
Sick. 20.
All right, dirty 20. What kind of music are you playing?
Like metal. I figured I'd start with like just a power chord that's like prestidigitized, so everybody's like, "Whoa, what's that?" You know?
Yeah.
And then I just start wailing on shit.
Very
with
nice.
the cape going crazy and everything.
Is it like the Stranger Things season 4 finale?
Yeah, like Eddie on the roof of the RV.
Awesome.
About halfway through it, Hayato flutters out of your pocket, and he doesn't completely like origami fold out into his little like person. He instead forms out into a little lightning bolt and just kind of like bounces around your head. You get a hearty round of applause. Can you roll a d10 for me? $7 gold pieces, as the people up in front were given a few tips here and there. And as you are walking off the stage, one of the gentlemen from the front table kind of waves you over.
While I'm walking off, like before I've completely lost their attention, I'll be like, "And now bring it up for my girl. What's her name?"
Never
I
gave me
just
your
don't say her
name.
I just don't say her name because she might want to do a stage name anyway. So I'm just gonna be like, "Put it up for the next act," you know.
She kind of...
Hearing this, Shion's gonna do the same thing and just fist bump her shoulder. Just
Thanks.
I know that guy.
Okay. She kind of sets herself up, marches up onto the stage, and begins a quite competent, if not extraordinary, performance. Do you approach the table?
Yeah, sure. What do they look like as I approach?
It is 2 humans, an elf, and a tabaxi. They're all very nicely dressed. They look a little bit old to be students. And the one who waved you over was the tabaxi. And she kind of looks you up and down as you approach. That was quite the performance. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you have any applications outstanding?
No, I'm not actually. I'm just in town.
Oh! You're not trying to get into the university?
Not really, no.
Well, marvelous performance, young sir. Good job.
Thanks. Appreciate
If you ever have any interest in signing up for Miasmin, do let me know.
For sure. What's your name?
Cora. I'm a
Cora.
recruiter. And she pulls out a very ornate business card that has her name, and it just says Miasmin University admissions on it.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Certainly.
I never thought when I was looking for talent scouts I'd get invited to a college.
Well, you know, Bardic universities, we do what we must.
Oh, you're a Bardic University?
Darling, I would not be trying to recruit you for a wizarding school with a performance like that.
Okay, bet. I'll definitely hit you up. Appreciate it.
Certainly. Anything else anyone would like to do before my usual bit is to say settling in for the evening. I have a feeling there probably won't be much settling tonight.
With our
Not for a while.
performances, we don't have to settle at all.
I was going to find a douchebag to rob as well.
But yeah, I'm on this high right now. Let's go steal some from someone.
This is a
Like-
university town. There's a bunch of spoiled rich kids. It's very easy to do.
yeah,
Especially
might
if you
look
do
for-
it later in the night when they start getting drunk.
A real drunk, gullible asshole.
Yeah, there's later in the night, there's this guy who's, you know, Shion is a ladies' man. He, like, talks the girls up and compliments them, and they like him. This guy is doing it in all the wrong ways and just being an absolute asshat to every female with a pulse near him.
He's doing that thing where he like gives a backhanded compliment to one and then starts really chatting up the one next to them and like those.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
absolute scumbag. No guilt whatsoever in relieving him of some of his weight. Can you give me a stealth or not? Yeah, a stealth or sleight of hand. I guess sleight of hand is sleight of hand check.
Self-loathing check.
And then roll a d20.
I'm going to be like, he's like talking shit to the girls, and I'm like, yeah, right on, douchebag, and hope that he's like drunk enough to not notice I said douchebag.
So you managed to pull 14 gold pieces out of his coin purse, and he kind of like shoulder checks you, but not in like an angry way, but in like a yeah. That really stupid way drunk frat bros do.
And I do it in such a way to hope that the girls saw me steal from him.
She kind of flutters her eyelashes at you. Caesar, are you doing anything else with your evening?
Just partying, you know, making sure everybody knows my name.
And they
My
do.
multiple names.
You get a number of hangers on and people who are very interested in your stories, in your names, and in your willingness to pay for other people's drinks.
Yeah. That's the best way to make friends. Just buy stuff for them.
It really is. But so the night comes to a close. It is not hard to find places to stay. I will leave it to you whether you want how much you want to spend. You can spend as little as 5 silver and as much as multiple gold.
5 gold.
That gets you a VIP suite.
Hell yeah.
What is a goal again?
A very nice room.
Cool.
It's like a sandwich. You're muted.
By the side of it, Shion might be having multiple people with him, so he'll.
What you saying,
also-
Leo isn't? Damn.
So he'll what?
He'll also do the 5 gold.
All right. So you all take to your beds for the evening. Let's take a quick drink, bathroom, stretch, shake, and move break. All right. As morning dawns in this bustling college town, if I could have Shion and Caesar roll 2d10, and Leo, you can roll 1d10.
No, they were
Not 2d43.
I was just curious if it would do it on an uneven number.
Yep. So Leo and Shion both get 4 temporary hit points. Caesar gets 10. That's your bonus for spending more money.
Neat.
Can I reset? Can I use hit dice?
Oh yeah, it's the next day. Everything should be refreshed.
Why do you? Okay, there we go. I can't believe I got 4. Suppose sometimes I have to have bad luck.
Oh dear. Every once in a while.
Do I need the long rest? No, I don't need a long rest.
You do. Your character might not.
And I assume the 3 of you reconvene for breakfast. What would you like to do with your day?
What the hell are we actually doing now? Are we just waiting for a response from RGB?
Oh, we're trying to find a way to to go to the library to get back to. We have papers
Shit.
to get us to the library.
Let's just do everything we
Following
did
up-
yesterday.
Following up on, Shiona's bit of a lazy man, but still actually cares about them. He's actually talking with one of the girls, listening to her talk about, I don't know, thesis or piece she's working on. Early in the morning, she's way more animated than he is.
So then I had this idea that if you mix the transformative properties of the mage hand, or not the mage hand spell, that's obviously there's no transformation there, but if you use Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, which usually creates this like hand that comes up out of nowhere, right? If you take that and then you mix it with Chromatic Orb, and then you can potentially get like multiple elemental elements coming out of it, and that could be really interesting for terraforming because you can have this hand that does and she just keeps going.
Leo gives him this look like my girl left before I was awake.
Huh. I'll be honest, I got all of my magic from a tree, so this is all going over my head, but I'm glad you're having fun.
Thanks. Not a lot of. Usually, they either don't want to hear about it or they start correcting everything. Anyway, I got a paper to write, so thank you, though. It was really nice.
You card her?
And she gives you a little peck on the cheek and kind of skips away.
What, Tyler?
This is a magic college, right?
Yeah, it's a university
Magic-
town.
Okay, not magic high school, right?
Don't be weird.
She seemed a little peppy.
You
That's
should have
her first
seen me at
semester.
8 a.m. in my college days. That's exactly what I was like.
I didn't go to college, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's just our first semester.
So how are you going about this? What you doing?
Actually, before she leaves, hey, do you know anything about the Library Between Worlds? If there's like an office in town?
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to get out to another world, it's it's between two of the. It's kind of a small facade compared to a lot of the universities, but it's between Terra Norris and Palenkin. You're gonna want to go down to the other side of town.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So headed that way?
Yep.
Okay. It is not hard to find. There is already a line forming. The office that she has directed you to is the public-facing office. It's the same as like when you first traveled to Telcor and had to set up everything and pay all the fees and such. It takes you a good hour to get actually up to the desk.
Goddamn TSA.
We have papers from a god. Take it.
Right. And she takes it, sets it down, pulls her glasses off.
Was half expecting like a separate line for notes from gods.
They got a fast track for divine.
She sets it on a specific set of runes. You know you're in the long line, right?
Oh shit!
Is there another line?
I told you we had TSA pre-check.
You've been recommended for scholar.
What? I'm not a scholar. My intelligence is 10.
That's not what it means. Titania, can you get out here? And
Not another fairy.
she is not in fact a fairy. She is a halfling. She comes scurrying out. Yes, ma'am. Can you please lead these two to the scholar entrance? They were in the wrong line. Oh, yes, of course. And make sure they have their documentation with them. Yes, ma'am. This way. And she does an about face and walks towards Terra Norris, which is the university you came out of yesterday.
Oh.
So you're getting your scholars bands. That's cool. Is this your first one, or are you part of any other subsects?
I don't know what that means.
Usually you have to go through a whole trial and everything to.
Oh, we've been through trials. I just not for this.
All right then. Oh boy. And she takes you inside and into the library that you were poofed into yesterday. Takes you down one extra row of bookshelves, and then you are standing in front of a painting. There's a big painting of this like fantastical gateway into the astral sea, and there's two display cases on either side. She taps the display case on the right side and then pulls a necklace out of her blouse and shows a what looks to be like an ivory quill up to the painting, and then the painting basically looks like it rips open and you see a hallway. There you are. Just make sure to present your letters of introduction.
Thank you.
Certainly. Come again.
Probably will.
You're muted.
I'm making noise of distress.
But the tunnel is quite short. You walk through, and you walk into. Essentially, it looks like another library, another section of the library, except this one, where before it looked like a public library, or a university library, this looks like a museum library. There are scrolls on many of the shelves. The tables look much older and more ornate. There are very few people in here currently. There's only like 3 or 4, and then someone sitting at a very professional, formal-looking desk. And off on the far side from where you came in, you see stairs going up and another door that looks very similar to the doors that you have used to travel between realms, but on a smaller scale. It looks like a regular door as opposed to a big fancy one.
And there's multiples of those, or just the one?
Just the one.
Okay. So, and there are a couple of people in here?
Yeah.
Are they busy talking to each other at desks? What's...
There's the 3 or 4 people that are just in here currently look like they're studying various things, and then there's a older human man sitting at a desk that like looks much more formal and professional off to the side.
Okay. Hi. We walk up to the last one.
Afternoon. Morning. It's morning out there, isn't it?
Yes.
Time frames all jumbled. What can I do for you?
Well, I we got this. We saw the letters, right? The
Mhm.
parchment. Yeah. Uh, Hav- Havathan gave us to us. They told us, and then they told us up there that we're supposed to be scholars and that we get like cool headbands or something. Yep.
He takes it and he, without a thought, uses his nail to flick open the wax seal and unrolls it. His eyes kind of glow purple for a second, and then he rolls it back up. Well, letter of recommendation from a god and a renowned librarian such as RGB definitely is enough to get you past the trials. Welcome to the Scholastici Mundi, the Unthar subsection of the Library of Worlds. Let me grab, and he reaches under his desk and pulls out 3 leather cords that all have the ivory quill on them, and hands one to each of you. That is your key, for lack of a better term. Not to be made public everywhere. You only use those in direct conversation with other librarians. Given your confusion, I'm assuming you have no idea why you're here.
Not at all.
So it is not my place to ask questions, although I would very much like to. Not often you get a letter of recommendation from a god. But essentially, you are now a part of, and for lack of a better term, in the employ of the library. Not the employ where you get a steady paycheck, unfortunately. Perks like bypassing the transmittal paperwork and wait times to get between realms.
Oh, what's the key do?
Opens the doors. You will no longer need to go to the public-facing library entrances. You'll need to use the librarian entrances, such as the one you just came through.
So we have to. Are they obvious or
Not in the
do
slightest.
Okay, cool.
They're not meant to be widely utilized, as you might guess. There's a reason we have the red tape we do for inter-realm travel.
Gotcha.
I was a librarian. I went by Leopold, the librarian.
Somehow I doubt that. Moving on.
Caesar just nods.
Do you have any other questions before you go on your way? Another benefit is you no longer need to declare your realm of interaction. You can head into the library and make your decision when you get there.
How? Yeah. Okay. My question is, how do we go from one place to another? 'Cause normally we're like directed, and now we're like, you know what I mean?
Well, you'll go into the library. You're currently still in Undar. And then you'll let one of the librarians know where you intend to go, and they will show you to the proper door.
Okay. Cool. This is weird.
You get used to it.
This might be the biggest perk we've ever gotten from a job. And it kind of scares me.
Anything else?
What's your name?
No.
Well, have a good day. No. Let's go.
Peace, no. Appreciate you.
He looks back down at his book. So you walk
You know
up.
what? I'm missing no.
You walk up to the doors, and they open before you. And walking through this hallway is very strange, because you have gone through an astral sea walkway before. When you traveled to Telcor, you did it all legit. And so you saw that, like, basically it's like walking in a glass tunnel through the space. And when you were going through the public-facing library, it was very wide, and there were guards every 10 or 15 feet. And there was a solid 15, 20 people going with you, right? They kept this moving. That was how the inner realm travel worked. This tunnel, there's only one guard at either end. It's only about 10 feet wide. And when you look up, you see the public tunnel. You see the feet of other people walking above you, even though you are currently the only ones using this tunnel. It's a very strange, kind of surreal experience. And you get through the other side, and all of a sudden you're exiting the same door as the people who are above you, and you're now in the library. And you see the Great Hall of Doors. You are not immediately kind of shoved into the next one as the other people are. You can tell there are librarians watching you, but no one immediately rushes up to you and starts herding you somewhere else.
Did we tell the ship to go to Bahasa? I don't remember.
They're headed towards Umbaido, the island.
Cool. Where's the? That's not the portal we just went through, right? The Bahasa one.
We just got into the library, so we have to find.
Oh, I thought
You're-
we were in the library.
We are in the library now. We
We
were
were
in
like-
the entryway.
We were in the intro, yeah, like the intro.
Oh,
We were still in.
we were only in the waiting room.
Yeah, bro. And they're trying to
Now
tell
we're
us
we're in the
VIP.
terminal.
Man, damn those damn security checks, man.
That was all the TSA, bro.
Well, now we can skip it.
Bro.
Which, you know,
They sound worse than the actual TSA.
well, interplanar travel is worse than plane travel. So, I'm going to ask if there's a portal that leads straight to Umbaido.
One of the kind of rotating librarians who are all in the same like black scholar's robes looks you up and down. Yes. You'll want to go through the Bahasa doors on the right. And he points to each of the sets of doors look very different. They are meant to sort of evoke the realm behind them. The doors to Bahasa, there's two for each realm, and the doors to Bahasa look like, the word is escaping me, not portholes, because portholes are windows. What's the door in a ship?
Bulkhead?
Bulkhead. Hatch, that's the word. They look like hatches. They're rough, like weather, salts, water, worn wood, and they look like ship hatches.
Wait, that goes to Bahasa.
Yes.
There's no Terra to Umbaido?
Umbaido is an island in Bahasa.
I thought Bahasa was the ship. The city ship.
Bunthor. I know
Bunthor.
my world. I know what I'm saying.
So where specifically does this portal go?
There are two portals to Bunthor. One goes to the Bahasa city ship. One goes to Umbaido.
I thought that was
So-
the case, and that's why I wanted to make sure.
Cool.
My brain short-circuited. I apologize.
Hey, when I remembered what Bahasa was called, I was like, damn, I'm good at this game.
All right. We just need the one to Umbaido.
Mm-hmm.
So the hatch is probably Bahasa,
Yeah.
and then the Umbaido one. So we'll just go to the other Bunthor one.
Mm-hmm. And it looks very similar. It's less weather worn, but they look like they're a pair. And
I can already smell the salt.
it is a similar feel going through this one. You walk through the same door, and then you are under the path of that everyone else goes down. And this time when you come out, you are in what looks to be a shop of some kind, like a magic shop. Come out, and you've come out through a wardrobe, and you see it's kind of a storage area, kind of part of the storefront. Like, things are not as nice as you would expect to be at the front of the store, but there's also clear paths outside. You can see the door in front of you. It's just sort of meanders. And the gentleman running the shop turns and looks at you. Oh, morning.
Morning. Oh, good.
So,
It's still morning here.
Didn't know we had anyone scheduled to come through. Welcome. Anything needs checking, doing, or are you headed right out?
I think we're good to head out unless you need to check something. I got a fishing pole.
AK-47, a loot,
what was that first thing?
like a magical, like another instrument.
Very smooth.
Knew where I was going with.
Have a marvelous day then. And he turns back to where he was, and you see him put away a magic rod back under his table.
All right, back in Umbido. This place was big. Where are we in Umbido?
Yeah.
The north.
Pull that up.
Let's hope not.
We like step out of his shop and then step back in, stick our heads in. Hey, where the hell are we?
Sorry.
Maybe we can tell by stepping out. We should be able to tell north, south, east, west. We want to be west, I think.
I never uploaded the Umbido map to Foundry.
Really? We haven't been to... Wow. Okay.
been
Not
a while.
since we started Foundry. Whoops. Well,
So it's just the void from Amazing Digital Circus. Like, this doesn't seem like we're anywhere.
you are in the merchant quarter though, so you're about in the middle of the
This
The
is where we had
coast.
the party. Oh, the middle of the coast.
Yeah.
Okay, that's much better.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
and you walk out, take a few fresh breaths of sea air, happy to be back in your home world. And then, Shion, you get this ping in your head. And it kind of hurts a little bit, but you focus on it for a second, and then you hear Nin's voice. God, please let this one get through. Captain, we're in a lot of trouble, and they got Stern and they got Calabibi, and I don't know what to do, and we really need your help.
Where are you?
And we're going to leave it there for the night.
No! Go, BB, no!
Damn.
One of the few.
She really gonna
characters I
cliffhanger
know the
like
name
that.
of.
Also, da-da-da-da, level
Hey.
11!
I want to say,
Woo!
Thank you for showing up. Hope y'all had a nice time. Lots of fun. Hopefully we'll be next week, but you'll be seeing this next month. See ya.
Bye.
Byezies. Chronic.
The what?
The chronic.
The chronic.
I don't know
he has
what.
chronic conditions.
No, there was a movie where they were talking about different weed strains, and guys like, I call this the chronic.
Chronic is also just like a term for weed in general.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. It's very old school. It's like 90s. Nobody uses it anymore.
I think it was from Grandma's Boy.
It was also Ice Cube's debut album.
Ba. I am so nervous about running 4E. I know it's
We'll
gonna
do
be
both.
fine. Yeah, I know it's gonna be fine, but because I generally, as long as I've played a system before I try to run it, I can usually do okay.
You know what I should do?
What's that?
Use Mage Hand to use 3 hands to play the loot.
That would be a thing.
All right, let me
I
roll
guess I
it.
should. figure out-
D10.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
at the very least, can we do hit points just so we don't have to worry about that next week? Tyler, well, actually, all 3 of you now. All 3 of you are multi-classed. Y'all have to decide what you're doing for level 11.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna do level 8 barbarian.
Oh, come on.
You can take the average.
So, 8.
How do I do that again?
Are you doing monk or barbarian?
Barbarian.
So roll a d12.
Didn't you tell me there was something good I should get in Bard that was relatively close by? I don't remember.
What level bard are you?
4. But I had 6 Warlock, and I think I was going to take it to 8, but I think there was a reason I wasn't going to do that as well.
I mean, level 6 bard is when you get your next class feature. Let me see what level 5 is.
Hold on.
4 paladins. So I'm getting an AS. I'm getting a feat or a ASI.
Nice.
Oh, let me. Wait, hold on. Maybe that's it.
I'll cut around that. All right, Bard 5. So Bard 5 is good. Your Bardic Inspiration goes up to a D8, and then you get Font of Inspiration, which means you get Bardic Inspiration back on a short or long rest.
Okay, and 6 was an extra feature, which is what again?
Your College of Creation, right?
Yeah.
So level 6 College of Creation, Animating Performance. As an action, you can animate one large or smaller non-magical item. The item uses the dancing items that you can create a minion in combat, basically.
Oh shit. Or I can like I can be like sitting down on a chair to perform, and then I get up and the chair starts like Mickey Mouse dancing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Uses
bet.
the
Sure, if you want
dancing
to put it that way.
the dancing item stat block, which uses your proficiency bonus. The item is friendly to you and your companions and obeys your commands. It lives for 1 hour until it is reduced to 0 hit points or until you die. In
Ooh.
combat, the item shares your initiative count but takes its turn immediately after yours. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes is dodge unless... So you in combat, you have to use a bonus action to command it.
That's great. I have nothing that uses bonus actions ever.
Except for
Except
Bardic
for-
Inspiration.
Yeah, but I always throw that out to start combat, and then I'm like, okay, what do? I got nothing to do.
Yeah.
So, all right, bet.
I can do an ability score improvement. What should I focus on? I'm using both monk and barbarian.
Well, you're doing a strong, so strength is always strength is always good.
Constitution's always
Consti-
good.
Constitution gives you more HP.
Did I do
Nope.
that right, by the way?
Do what right?
I hit click level up, and then I did it, and then it said it would roll the hit dice for me.
Yeah, I think
Is
you're good.
Dex important?
Yeah, as long
Dex
as
too.
it might not give you the Oh, you rolled average anyway. Okay.
Okay.
My concern was if he rolled below average, he wouldn't actually give it to him.
What did you say,
Um,
Tyler?
All right.
How's dexterity? Does that work well with monk?
It does, but you're not really doing that because with your barbarian stuff, it makes more sense to use strength for your unarmed stuff.
Well, I do get that again at some point. We're level. Never mind. Don't forget what I just said. I'm just gonna max out strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, I'm taking
20
the lucky feat.
strength.
I'm taking the lucky feat.
No, you're not. The fuck you are.
Luck should have.
The hell you are.
That is so banned in my game. Like, I can't even tell you how no that is.
What does it do
Should be able
again?
to take it.
It gives you 3 free rerolls, basically,
Yep.
What, like a day or period?
a day.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I feel like
negative
Jim can
3.
have it, though.
I was
Jim-
gonna say that does seem kind of like a swashbuckling bard thing to have.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it's you can reroll. You can expend one to reroll one of your d20s, or you can force an attacker to reroll one of theirs.
Oh, that's crazy.
No way.
Why is that a rule? Seems like it shouldn't be in the game.
Well, when you have a non like Will Wheaton-esque DM, it's not as insane.
When you're really fighting for your life.
Yeah. Which I don't try to give you guys softballs. I try to make these encounters hard. Oy. So we've got
Where's the Playboy feat?
level 8 barbarian, level 6 bard, or 5 bard?
5.
5 bard,
6 warlock.
and level 4 paladin. Okay.
Correct.
Is there a way? Do I have to save this? Because I don't want to come back and put in my strength again.
No, you should be good.
You should just autosave it.
Yeah.
Next level, I'm going to have extra attack.
Oh boy.
So like
Is this all?
all the spell casting that I do, and then I also have extra attack. This is why people say this is broken.
It does require you to take the attack action. So you can't cast a spell and then attack.
Correct.
You have to attack twice.
Wait, isn't there something that lets you use a cantrip as part of an extra attack, or is that like a subclass to some fighter?
Eldritch Knight fighter
Oh, okay.
subclass.
Okay, that's cool though. I might do that someday.
Yeah, Eldritch Knights are very interesting.
Agent of Order.
So this
Alright,
all scales up with all my stuff, right?
Say again?
This all scales up with the rest of my powers, all right? I don't have to do anything else? Okay, cool.
You should be good to go. And
Peace.
see ya, Jim. You're also gonna need to pick another spell, I assume. Let me double check here. Bard. No, not barbarian. Bard 5. Oh, also everyone's. No, never mind. I lied. Smudge Foster Inspiration. Yeah, you need to pick another spell known.
Just one spell?
Yep.
And that's like everything for the level?
Yep. The Font of Inspiration and Bardic Inspiration update should go through automatically when you do Bard 5. Let me see.
Yeah, it says DA. Where's Font of X? Yeah.
Yep, Font of Inspiration. Yeah, so it updated everything else. You just need to pick your spell.
Okay, but
See y'all later. I'm hoping. I have a long weekend. I am off on Monday. So I'm hoping that I actually get enough prep done that we can also play next week. I don't know, though, because the next session is going to be a lot. So
I'm very excited though.
What's the next session
Cool.
supposed to be about?
We're gonna go save our crew.
Oh,
that was
right.
when I had you roll that 2d4 last week, that was deciding who got kidnapped.
oh shit.
Oh no.
How
What
dare
are
you do this to us? It's our fault now.
Not Krabalibi.
Yeah, you rolled the 4. You rolled the 4, and I was like, oh dear. They got the mouse.
It's like he just took the mouse, put it in a bag, and it's like, well, I guess we got one of them.
You can just
What
hear
the
her
shit?
screaming, unhand me! This is ridiculous! How could you? I am a warrior! You can't just put me in a bag!
I can barely hear you.
Hearing that in stereo was amazing.
The way your mic like kind of muffled you and cut you out was perfect. It was
It
perfect.
just sounded like mouse sounds.
Yeah.
Just like squeaking.
No, when making a squeaky voice character, considering doing 2 layers of sound, because it actually observant.
All right. Good seeing you.
Peace out,
All right,
y'all.
yeah.
Bye.
Peace.